Shalom, more praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone. Salute to you brothers teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. I'm going to do a short version. I just did a longer version. You'll see uploaded on this, the army, the martial law that's coming to Britain. You know, we've seen pockets of this. I mean, you even had the army in the 2012 Olympics. This is going to be a short version. It's more straight to the point. I'm going to play this and you're going to see how anybody that is not going to obey the rules, the rules of this pandemic, you're going to be fined up to 10,000. You're going to be there's all types of penalties, and they're going to use the police force in the army. Now what you got to remember is you say they may use the army. What you got to understand is there's not enough police force on the ground as it is. So they're definitely going to use the army. So let's play.
Suppress the virus now. And as for that minority who may continue to flout the rules, we will enforce those rules with tougher penalties and fines of up to £10,000. We will put more police out on the streets and use the army to backfill if necessary. And of course, I'm deeply spiritually reluctant to make any of these impositions or infringe anyone's freedom. But unless we take action, the risk is that we will have to go for tougher measures later when the deaths have already mounted and we have a huge caseload of infection such as we had in the spring.
Yeah, so you heard it for yourself. Let me bring out a couple of quick scriptures. This is going to be a quick video. They're going to use the army. You know, he said he's reluctant, he's spiritually reluctant. I mean, are you serious? Do you really believe that? You know, the whole reason for using the army just for something like this is infringing as it is. It's for a bigger purpose. Let's read this. This is Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. This is all about martial law, the prophecies that the scripture says. And I'm going to read a prophecy right quick. It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Having the army, you know, you can't leave your town, you can't leave your city. You know, if you don't want to wear a mask, you get a gun shoved in your face, or whatever they're gonna do. You know, that's war. But they're putting it in a nice way. I'm reluctant and I'm spiritually. I mean, do you really believe this? Let me hit another scripture because this is going to be a real quick video here. What did I want to get? It was Isaiah. I got it here. Isaiah 59:19. And this is for the elect. This truth is for the elect. So, we're aware of what's going on. Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. So the scriptures is telling you Esau Edom is going to bring in his troops like a flood. They've even got troops called Black Water troops. That's part of his power, to enforce what he wants. To enforce the vaccines, to enforce the RFID mark of the beast chip that no man might buy or sell, at least you have it. You can't eat or nothing. You can't go to stores, be a part of the system, unless you're scanning your right head or your hands or whatever. That's what's coming here. Curfews, city-state lockdowns, all of that. Okay. I think there was a couple other scriptures I was going to get, but I can't think of them right now. But as you heard, this is what is coming down the pipeline. I'll play it again.
You may continue to flout the rules. We will enforce those rules with tougher penalties and fines of up to £10,000. We will put more police out on the streets and use the army to backfill if necessary.
So he said, for those who don't want to play ball, wear your mask. You don't want to do these things. Now they got the army. There's an article I brought out already. They said the army is going to enforce vaccines. So not just like your doctors when you go for your little swab checks or whatever. No, the army's going to be there. So, you know, it's a scene of the I Am Legend. It's like a scene from The Road. All these movies. The army's going to be there enforcing this. You know, states of emergency, martial law. Okay, all you got to do is look around the world. Look what's going on in Israel. Look what's going on in Australia. Look what's going on over here now. So why would the army be enforcing vaccines and then stopping people from anybody that's not willing to comply by these rules? The army's there for you. So this is going down. Now we should go live and go into all these things, but what I want to do is I want to bring one more scripture out, more on this martial law, because when this first wave had happened, no one was allowed to travel anyway. They've reduced the bus services only for immediate workers. The trains and all that, you couldn't travel. So let's show that in the scriptures, man. This is we're talking about martial law here, and there's a lot of different scriptures here. But let's hit the point. 2 Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right. So let me make you hear that one more time. I'll make him do the talking and then I'll close it out.
Virus now. And as for that minority who may... Because if you let the virus rip through the rest of the population, it would inevitably find its way through to the elderly as well, and in much greater numbers. That's why we need to suppress the virus now. And as for that minority who may continue to flout the rules, we will enforce those rules with tougher penalties and fines of up to £10,000. We will put more police out on the streets and use the army to backfill if necessary. And of course, I'm deeply spiritually reluctant to make any of these impositions or infringe anyone's freedom. But unless we take action, the risk is that we will have to go for tougher measures later when the deaths have already mounted and we have a huge caseload of infection, such as...
And like I said, I mean, this dude is a puppet. He's the Illuminati puppet. There's a video with Lynn Rothschild's, man. They're right up there, and she's right next to him, and you could see that he's dangling on the string. He's scared. You know, he's saying what she's told him to say, and he's just a puppet. You know, all this is for bigger means. These politicians are just nothing but spokesmen. They get flipped and changed. They all go to the same schools, and they're nothing but puppets. You know, the scripture tells you about the secret counsel of the wicked in Psalm 64. You know. So there you have it, man. The army to be on the streets to enforce the New World Order. You know, and all of this stuff that's going on, it links up. And this is the Lord doing this, because this is the beginning of the end. This is the time when the Lord's going to judge the earth. But anyway, this is just an update on that. I don't want to keep this video too long. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.